Hi, I'm Dan Holt. Come along with me as we explore the ghost towns of Arizona and Southern California. We're starting at Needles, California, then Oatman, Goldroad, and Kingman, Arizona, then north to Mineral Park and Chloride, and back through Kingman again to Phoenix and Tucson. Needles, California is one of the hottest places in the United States. And from here we're going north to the old historic Route 66 and travel from Oatman to Kingman, Arizona. Later on we'll see more of Route 66 at the end of this trip. There's a story that some of the early gold miners left their burros behind, and now there's a whole herd of them that hang around the tourist town of Oatman. We came here in mid-February, so we were able to visit a few interesting tourist shops and then watch a shootout on Main Street. No, we don't have any handouts.
And if you're the sheriff, where's your badge?
My dad's right here.
There ain't no sheriff.
Like I said.
There's no more.
Oh, I'm big.
That was pretty good.
Didn't even have to shoot anybody. Hey, boy! I told you, you gotta come up to the jailhouse with me.
So put the gold down and come on peaceably.
But I told you to get out of here.
Well, I'm back and I brought some help with me. Well, I don't see no help. Big fella brought all the help I need. Got the equalizer.
That's not enough.
What did you want to know?
Just Chloride, you say it was one of the oldest towns?
It's one of the oldest continually inhabited mining camps in Arizona.
Do you know when it started?
It started about 1862. They actually found silver here in 1864, but at that time this was all Wallapai Indian land. They were kind of fierce, so they'd kill you if you came down there taking their silver. The government got it all straightened out. The government at the time, in other words, they ran them all off so they could come in here and dig.
Oh, okay.
Then you had 1912, 1927 boom period here with probably 70 producing mines, a couple thousand people, a train that ran back and forth to Kingman. Before that, you had the Butterfield stagecoaches that ran through here. About the early 30s, the mines began to just give out. Technology couldn't do any more with them. The last one here closed in 1950. Today we got about 360 people here, 400 maybe, and we're actually a living ghost town.
Next we'll go through Saguaro National Park West to the Arizona-Sonora Desert Museum and Old Tucson, where many Western movies were made, then San Xavier Mission, Tubac, Tumacacori, Arivaca Junction, Arivaca, Oro Blanco, Ruby, Nogales, Patagonia, Harshaw, Mowry, Duquesne, Washington Camp, Sunnyside, Parker Lake, Canelo, Sonoita, and Greaterville.
This building was built in 1939. It was used in a John Wayne movie called El Dorado in 1965. It was used in Go West Young Girl, Karen Valentine, Arizona Raider, Winchester 73, and a whole bunch of other things. This corral was built for the movie 310 to Yuma in 1956. We're going to move up the street and talk about a big movie called Gunfight at the OK Corral. Come over this way a little bit, folks. We shot a movie out here called Tombstone. If you didn't see that movie, I highly recommend it. Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer. And that gunfight in that movie was shot down at Mescal, our sister set. A lot of the train scenes and inside scenes were shot here at Old Tucson Studios. And if you look at all those props inside that building, they were left here by Michael Landon. They were used for 7 years in a little house in the prairie because Michael Landon shot all the town scenes of Mankato right here for 7 years in that television series over on Kansas Street. Unfortunately, Kansas Street was lost in the fire in 1995. Michael Landon also shot Father Murphy here for 2 years, and he very graciously left these props behind for Old Tucson Studios. He also shot episodes of Highway to Heaven here. This building over here was built for the movie Stay Tuned with John Ritter, Pam Dauber. Let's step over here just real quick to talk about it, folks.
What is wrong with you? He will be back here for at least 2 weeks. Can I help you?
We need a horse and a gun.
Hollywood
In the desert.
Thank y'all.
Oro Blanco was a silver mining community. Lots of silver was taken from this area about 8 miles south of Arivaca during the late 1800s. There was one big mine operated by steam power south of here on a primitive road. The Oro Blanco Ranch is posted private property, keep out. In another 5 miles you come to the ghost town of Ruby. From the early 1900s to 1940, the mine by the windmill produced over $10 million in lead, zinc, and copper, along with a little bit of gold and silver. 300 people worked in the mine, and the town had about 1,200 people that lived here. Only a couple of caretakers live here now. This is Sunnyside, Arizona, probably about 80 miles southeast of Tucson, almost on the Mexican line. And it used to be a Christian camp where they shared everything and did the mining too. One time a homesteader came here, or a guy looking for a grub stake anyway, and he asked if he could buy some food from him, and they just gave him some beef and all the supplies he wanted for free just because they were good people. But anyway, when the mine went out of business, evidently, then everybody moved away, except for some friends of mine that came back here and years later and had a new house built here in Sunnyside, and they lived here for quite a while until they got too old. Anyway, the old man died, and his wife moved to Willcox, Arizona. Well, when you leave a house, it sure gets tore up. When they built these old houses, they used newspapers for wallpaper to keep the wind and drafts out. My friends John and Anna McIntyre both grew up here in Sunnyside as children, which was a wonderful place to live because of the climate. Later, when they returned, they had Jim Walter Holmes of Tucson build them a new house here. It came with all the electrical wiring, even though there isn't any electricity for 3 miles. My brother-in-law brought them up a little generator a few years later, but they only used it occasionally. There is a spring about a mile away, so John laid plastic pipe out on the ground to bring down the water to their tank. You'll see the pipe along the road if you come here. By the way, if you do come here and turn up Sunnyside Canyon Road, you need to take every road that turns to the right. There's one road that turns left that goes into a wilderness area. Now we'll see East Saguaro National Park, Sabino Canyon, Tucson's Reid Park Zoo, the movie Ghost Town of Mescal, then Benson and Tombstone. This is the Saguaro National Park on the east side of Tucson, and it's one of the most unusual and most beautiful places that God has made that I've seen.
No glass containers or alcohol allowed in the canyon, so if you have either of those, please remove them from the shuttle. These handsome gentlemen on the next to the curb will, dressed like I am, will pick up your tickets. A lot of cowboy movies have been made here, and it looks kind of familiar to you, maybe. Parts of the movie Tombstone, Three Amigos. So if you want to get off, just wait till we cross over. There's a stop on the other side. Also watch the brush on my left-hand side. We're going to go real slow. Howdy, guys.
blackberries.
Guinea.
But Quick and the Dead, Tombstone, Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean. I have at least 2 days a month where I get up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So that's why these buildings lean and parts of the roofs are off. One thing, when one building falls, I got wood to fix another one. Now this building here, it says Jerry Maguire's on it. That's one of the original buildings built for that movie, Monty Walsh. This was a hardware store in that movie where the character that Jack Palance plays gets shot.
Now, was this town built in about 1940, do you think? The first of it?
No, about 1965 is when they really started building. Are you going to shoot me with your finger? And then he tried to explain to me in this broken English that he saw me on the TV over there. Terrific. That came into my town. The director says to me, he says, "Can you look mean?" And I looked over to him, not bothered. In the street and look like something.
So
That stairway going up the side, that door's got 2x4s running across the back of it.
That's about as far as we've gotten today. Come back next time and let's see more ghost towns of Arizona and Southern California.